Alright, boys, so I decided to make a bit of a last second video here. Really just want to talk about something I've discovered. So for those of you who don't know, by the way, we'll quickly jump back. Pokemon Showdown today did release basically the Series 3. They're calling it the Regulation C, whatever. It's basically the Season 3 rule set. For those who didn't see, it's basically all of Paldea, outside of the two main legends and then the two new Paradox forms, right? So basically the Ruin Mons are in the game, right? Now, obviously everyone's going to be talking about, you know, Chi-Yu and Chien-Pao, but today I decided to test Wo-Chien Ting-Lu, right? Just because obviously, you know, everyone who played, you know, pre-Series 1 knows that Ting-Lu Garganacl was like this insane combo. And I just wanted to test out Wo-Chien, right? Everyone was talking about this man being like the worst mon out of like all the Ruin Mons, blah, blah, blah. Everyone was hating on this mon. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think this thing is actually insanely good. So I'll show you guys what I was just kind of running on this today. So I actually got third on the ladder. Now, granted, you know, I might put up a picture or something, but granted, like third on the ladder wasn't that high. It was like 1300. There wasn't really many people, you know, above like 1100 when I was queuing. But this one has some really, really interesting things, right? So the first thing that this has is Leech Seed, right? So Leech Seed's really cool. And then it has its, you know, the signature move of the Ruin Mons Ruination. So this Ruination, for those who don't know, basically works very similar to the Tapu signature moves. I think, what was it called? Was it Nature's Madness? Something like that. I don't know. I haven't really used the Tapu as much myself, not gonna lie. So I've seen something like this, and then you just go like a Giga Drain and then just like Protect, right? And this is what I was playing, and this thing's like really good, right? Like you look at this bomb. Defensively, its defensive stats are insane. 100 base defense, 135 base special defense. Like this is wild, right? And 85 HP is not the greatest, but like you max it out, it hits 192. That's whatever, yeah. But then you look at this thing's ability, right? Table of Ruin. Active Pokemon without this ability have their attack multiplied by 0.75. Basically, a 25% decrease on the attack stat, right? Which means like, oh yeah, like this is like 120, yeah? Oops, sorry. All of a sudden, like, this is like 25% better. Because, like, you know, for example, let's just look at, like, Hero Palafin, right? I think this thing's got, like, the best attack stat in the game, yeah? At least, you know, of, like, what's in the game, yeah? So we'll just got, like, 252 Adamant, right? This thing has 133, yeah? Against the Wo-Chien, like, this literally drops it by, like, 65 damage. All of a sudden, this becomes, like, 175, which, like, you know, is still really strong, right? That's, like, an Adamant Arcanine or something, yeah? It's, like, it's basically like an Adamant Arcanine, but, like, that's base 110 versus base 160. Like, that's insane how much damage that reduces, right? Like absolutely insane. Like, and obviously, again, for those who don't know, Ting-Lu is basically the same on the special side. And look, I do think Ting-Lu is better than Wo-Chien. I just want to like make that clear. But like the set I played on this team, like this thing's actually insane. Like, well, let me pull up the set I actually ran. Where was it? It was this team here, yeah. So this is the set I ran, yeah. So 252, then we had 100 defense. I did put a bit in special attack. I don't know if this is actually worth it, at least with the way I was playing it. Basically, I just wanted my Giga Drains to like do a bit of damage, and it was really good. You know, up against bonds like Palafin, Titar, and whatnot, it actually was really nice having like this special attack, and a 95 special attack stat isn't that bad. Obviously, again, when your defense stats is good, like I didn't put that much in it, and its speed stats actually pretty solid. But we'll go back to the team here, right? So, like, I do think this mod is, like, super, super slept on. Like, as I said, I ran Tera Water. Tera Water gets rid of, like, most of its weaknesses, right? It's pretty good. But then you pair it up with a mon like Ting-Lu, yeah? So, Ting-Lu, again, another really, really good mon. Again, its ability, absolutely insane. But the big difference between Ting-Lu and Wo-Chien is it just clearly has the better stats. 155 base HP, 125 base defense, and then, like, 80 special defense. Yeah, that's kind of, like, it's kind of trash, let's be honest. But again, like, when you're reducing it by this much, it's actually like becomes insanely good. And then like you look at this thing, caps out at 262, yeah? This thing hits 192. It's 70 more HP, 70 more, right? And then the other thing, right? 125 defense isn't as good as the 135 special defense, but like this is still like an insanely good stat. And then this mod works perfectly with like an assault vest. Now, I did test AV. I tested Berry, I think, as well. Like, you don't have to run AV. I think I went to like something like 130. What was I? It's like Calm or something, yeah. Yeah, careful. I was like 130 defense or something like that, 130 speed F. So like this with AV was like absolutely insane. And then like the crazy thing about this mon too is like you can always just like spec a little bit of attack, but like 110 base attack is actually wild. Like its speed stat sucks. Its special attack stat normally shouldn't matter, but this mon is actually like a really good style user. Like this one here, I think is just gonna like invalidate the side spam. Like it literally just shuts down side spam. There's nothing it can do, right? There's beat side spam, like everything side spam was, right? You look at like a common side spam, you got Arm Rouge, you got DD, yeah? Neither one of them want to take an Earthquake or a Stomping Tantrum. You look at the alternative modes to it that people started, you know, developing to basically beat the counters of the counters, right? Like when you're looking at T-Tars and Roaring Moons, everyone's running something like Iron Hands, they're running, you know, Steel Hat as their answers, right? Steel Hat doesn't want to deal with an Earthquake, and neither does Iron Hands. Like, a Dark Ground type literally invalidates Trick Room at the minute. And then on top of that, again, like, obviously on this set, you're not going to run it. You have Ruination, it's really good. But then you've got stuff like Throat Chop, yeah? Throat Chop's like really good into, you know, like the Sylveons, which I do think Sylveon will actually pick up in this patch. Sorry, at least this meta. I think it's going to be really good. Other stuff, as you said, you know, this one's got like Earthquake, right? It's got Stomping Tantrum. Stomping Tantrum's here. It has Rock Slide. It has Heavy Slam. Like, this one has so many good moves. It's actually insanely good. And then the thing that I think really puts these two mons over the edge is the mon it pairs up with, and that's Garganacl, right? So Garg, obviously, for those who like don't know, Garganacl, Purifying Salt, basically, right? Like, it resists Ghost move, which is really good because obviously like Flutter Mane is going to be like one of the best mons at the minute. Like with like the Flutterfish, or what is, yeah, Flutterfish I think is what people call it. It's going to be really good. That's meant to be leftovers. Oh my god, I can't English. Sorry, boys. God damn. So you got like lefties, yeah? You got lefties, you got like Purifying Salt again, it's ridiculous. And then you have this move called like Salt Cure, right? Salt Cure does like, you know, 1/8 or 1/4 depending on the type, yeah. And like you pair this up with like Leech Seed, right? And then just how insanely bulky these things are, right? Like I played against someone, I think it was yesterday when I was at work or something, and like they got a Snarl onto my Flutter Mane. This is a timid max special attack Life Orb Flutter Mane, by the way. And my Moonblast did like 18% to a Ting-Lu that didn't Tera. It was super effective, -1, it did 18%. That's from a Flutter Mane, guys. That's how insane these mons are, yeah? And then you pair it with something like Garganacl, right? And this just goes like Protect, I ran Recover, and then I think Wide Guard was my last move. And then again, you just look at Garg, right? Garg, really good HP, right? Well, not really good, it's pretty good HP, yeah? Like, a really good defensive stat, right? And then like a pretty decent SpDef. Again, it's not huge, right? Like obviously like where you put like a lot of SpDef investment in this one. But again, all of a sudden, right, you do something like this. Where did I go to? It's like, where's the next breakpoint? Hold up. Where's my next breakpoint? I mean, you could honestly just do something like that. Like that actually feels probably fine, right? You just go like, just chuck that here, put that there. Something like that is probably okay, right? Defensive stats are even, max HP. Again, you pair it up with these two here. These defensive stats are insane. Like this core right here, boys, I'm telling you right now, is going to be insanely good. Like it's so bulky. It's so bulky. And then like to round out the core personally, I went with 9. Now, the only issue I have with running 9 on this team is all of a sudden you have 3 mons that are all like weak to water types. And then like obviously, you know, Wo-Chien's really good into the water types, but obviously, like, maybe you could, you know, swap this out for another Intimidate user. Salamence could be okay. Same with Gyarados. I just liked 9 because I'm just more comfortable with it, I guess. Like, you know, Blitz is still really good. You do a lot of damage with your Blitz anyway. It's got, you know, Willow, Snarl, like, whatnot. Like, it's really good. But like, I'm telling you guys, a core like this literally carried me to 3rd on the ladder on Showdown. Again, granted, I know there wasn't many people queuing on Showdown. It's whatever. But, like, I'm telling you, boys, do not sleep on this core. Like, I played literally, you know, I'll show you the team. I'll pull up the team again if anyone wants to see it. This is the team I used to get there, yeah? I'm not shitting you. I put Sylveon on this team because I'm like, you know what? Sylveon's going to be good. I played, like, 15 games. I didn't bring her once. Goldango on this team was really good. It helped out with a lot of the weaknesses of this team, but even then, like, when it came, it really didn't do much. And like what I mean by it didn't do much is like in the games it came, it was good, right? But like as I said, I played like 15 games. I maybe brought it like 5 times. It only ever came out twice because like the combination of like Garganacl, Wo-Chien, Ting-Lu, or like Arcanine, any of those 3 together was just insanely good. Like oh man, like I actually think this call, like I'm not a stall player, right? I don't like playing these slow games, but man, like I felt this team was insane. Like I went up against the Chien Power D Knights, I went up against the Flutterfishes, and they just did nothing to me. Like they just did nothing. Like it's actually insane. I guess just to show you guys as well what I was kind of running. Actually I had it there, didn't I? I had it there. Yeah, so you can see here, I went Tera Steel. I never clicked Tera on this thing. I don't know if Steel's the best option. You could probably change that up. Tera Water on this felt insanely good. There was a lot of mind games that would come up with this because like Iron Hands was like a mon that could kind of do damage to me, but at the same time, like, you know, if you manage to get like the Tera on the turn where he, you know, drain punches or something, and then you seed him, you drain him, you know, protect whatever, you just mess him up. Tera Ghost, the reason I went Tera Ghost over like the Tera Poisons and whatnot is Tera Ghost is like it's like insanely good into the Chien Power Dragonite combo, right? Which isn't like the biggest deal because your defensive stats are so good, but it allows you to start playing mind games with the Flutterfish combo, yeah, because like while you probably never want to Tera in front of Flutterfish anyway, like if it's something, you know, like maybe like a fish bundle, then that's where you might want to look to like Tera. And obviously, look, you never want to eat the Dark Pulse, and unfortunately I did actually get one shot crit by one game, but like it's still, Tera Ghost is like just such a good typing at the minute. It also helps you out, you know, obviously, like if a Flutter locks yourself in the Shadow Ball, it makes the Palafin matchup a bit easier. But like again, like with Wo-Chien, like the Palafin matchup's so free. Like I honestly think Palafin's the best Pokemon in the beta right now. Like I'll tell you guys that now. That is the mon I was building around. I was playing around all day at work today. This mon just shuts it down. It counters it. Like I genuinely think you're gonna have to start running CC on Palafin just for Wo-Chien, and even then I still don't know if it's enough, man. Like with an Arcanine getting like -1, then you got the Tablets of Ruin dropping it. Man, I think this is sick. But anyway, guys, I've rambled on long enough. Let me know what you guys think of this core down below. I honestly think this is going to be one of the best cores in the game. But yeah, anyway, I'll catch you to the next one. Peace.